Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Miser, Monty G. It's time to review another horror movie review. This time we're going to review the movie Blood Red Sky. Yes! Now, Blood Red Sky is a 2021 UK-German action horror film. It was directed by Peter Thornrath. It was written by Peter Thornrath and Stephen Holtz. Now, the film stars Perry Bowmaster, Statisetta, Carl Anton Count, and Dominic Purcell. Now, when this one, a woman with a mysterious illness is forced into action when a group of terrorists attempt to hijack a transatlantic overnight flight. Uh-oh. Now, when it comes to horror films, one of the best subgenres is action horror films. You know, when combining elements of an action film, say Die Hard, along with the elements of horror, such as zombies, vampires, ghosts, viral films, you can create a decent action horror film. Good examples of this subgenre are Blade and Aliens. Well, obviously Blade, you have a mix of action and vampires, and Aliens, you have a good mixture of the Marines fighting a bunch of aliens with some horrors combined. Both combine the elements of action films along with the elements of horror. That's what action horror films do. You combine those two elements and you get yourself mostly a good horror picture with some action in it. Now, it's quite obvious that German filmmaker Peter Thornrath was influenced by American action films with his entry, Blood Red Sky. Now, in this setup, Nadja and her son Elias are taking a trip to New York so that she can start treatment for her leukemia. We see that something's wrong with her. She's taking some medication. It really hurts, but she's on her way to New York to get treatment for it. Unfortunately, midway through the flight, a group of men decide to take over the plane and hold the passengers hostages. Yep, see, sound familiar, right? Under siege, anyone? Later on, we learn that it's not leukemia that's affecting Nadja's health. We learn that she's a fucking vampire. What? So can Nadia stop the terrorists while also trying not to succumb to her bloodlust? That's basically what the film deals with here. So, you know, I like the idea that Peter and his writing partner, Stephen Holtz, have come up with here. It's your typical action film cliche, you know, terrorists take control of a plane or a train, whatever it is, hold passengers hostages while an average person, such as a former cop, a security specialist, or maybe even a former SEALs, has to come in and save the day. That's kind of what this film is like here. However, in this case, it's a vampire that has to save the day. Now, that's something different. I like that aspect. Now, the first part of the film, we get to learn more about Nadja and her son. There's something I liked about the first part of this film. German actress Perry Brewmeister is good as Nadja. She is a caring mother who unfortunately has become a vampire. She gives Nadia the frustration, the strength, and sadness that a mother should have, especially in this situation here. We see her struggling with trying to suppress her bloodlust. We see her making sure that nothing happens to Elias. And we also see that she has to do what is necessary in order to stop the terrorists from doing it. And I like that aspect of the film. I even like the villains too. Dominic Purcell, obviously from Legends of Tomorrow, is good as the leader Berg here with his deep baritone voice. And I simply love the psychotic 8-ball played with glee by Alexander Scheer, I think I can pronounce his last name, is he is the most threatening of the group. He takes no prisoners. He's obviously crazy. Don't know how they caught up with him, but he adds a certain element of touch to the film. However, it's the second half of the film that is disappointing because it changes the tone and changes it all the way from an action horror film to a viral outbreak. And instead of an action film, it's like, hey, it seems like Peter and Stephen ran out of ideas about how to end the film and just decided to go into something totally different. Another problem I have with the film is the structure. We get flashbacks on how Nadja became a vampire, which kind of slows the pacing down. I kind of get what they were going with. I think they were trying to make Nadja a more sympathetic character, which I get, but that could have been done with a little exposition dump, maybe about a good 5 minutes. But then we get two type of flashbacks, which is good, but it kind of drags the film out too much, and we really didn't need that. I think a good simple explanation dump would have been better. Also, I also didn't like how the film starts. I'm pretty sure if you've seen this film, you know what I'm talking about. I think it would have been better if we just start the film with having Nadja meet Elias at the airport, which would create more tension and suspense, as anyone could possibly die. But unfortunately, when we see the beginning of the film, and then later on when action starts, we kind of know who's going to survive, and that kind of downplays the tension and suspense. You want to have tension and suspense, so at least that way we know that anybody could die, and maybe everyone could die, and that's why I didn't like how they structured this film. Speaking of Elias, the dubbing that I saw in this one kind of makes the character more annoying than of a son who loves his mother and is willing to do everything to make sure she survives this ordeal. I have nothing with the actor, the kid playing Elias, but I guess because if I heard in the original language, maybe he doesn't come out as annoying. But this dubbing here kind of makes him a bit annoying. Probably takes away some of the good aspects of the character. Yeah, he does make some unusual choices for a child in this one. But I get, he's a kid and he's just trying to do what's best for his mother. But like I said, because of how they dubbed the film, it becomes a bit of annoying. Now, I did like the practical effects they used as similar to the vampires that we saw in 30 Days of Night. Obviously, we got some great practical effects. Obviously, there's some blood and some gore. I expect a little bit more, but it's satisfying for this type of a film. Overall, while the film starts off pretty good, it eventually becomes a mixed bag, kind of like Snakes on a Plane meets 30 Days of Night. I mean, just imagine seeing Samuel Jackson saying that funny line, but uses vampires instead of snakes. It's still funny. So I'm going to give Blood Red Sky only 2 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Give it 2 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Yeah, I didn't like the film structure. I didn't like how the film ends, especially the third act and around the middle. I would say around the end of the second act to the beginning of the third act, kind of downgrades it to like a viral outbreak instead of an action film. If they take that aspect out of it and just simply just leave it as a similar action film, I think the film would have ended nicely, but they decided to go into that particular aspect of the film, which I won't reveal. But yeah, it's an okay film. So there you have it. That is my video and review of Blood Red Sky. It's playing right now on Netflix, so you'll be able to watch it. If you did like this video, please give it a like, thumbs, and share because it will help out with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you have seen Blood Red Sky, please leave your comments in the comment section below and tell me what you thought about the film. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always been a member of that Horror Rules. I'll see you in my next video. I'm out.